Looked like Caitlin Clark expressed her true feelings about Chennedy Carter and her teammate Angel Reese in a new
Think you know the real Caitlin Clark? Think again. The WNBA superstar just shared a revelation that could redefine how you see her rivalries. In a candid interview with Time magazine, Clark opened up about her relationships with Angel Reese and Chennedy Carter, and the truth is far from the narratives you've been fed. This eye-opening perspective is set to unveil a completely different side of women's basketball drama.
Caitlin must have been speaking for hours to Time magazine because she spoke about every incident that transpired this 2024 season.
You've seen the headlines about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's rivalry, haven't you? But here's something you might not know. Their competitive history dates back to their high school basketball days. That's right. Clark and Reese have been battling it out on the court for years, long before the bright lights of the WNBA.
They have known each other for many, many, many years, dog. Way before the nation and the world knew about the two superstars, they knew about each other.
These two have constantly pushed each other to reach new heights, but rivalries like theirs are bound to have fiery moments. Who could forget that iconic moment when Angel Reese delivered the "You Can't See Me" gesture to Caitlin Clark? It's those flashes of intensity that make this rivalry so unforgettable and electrifying. Unforgettable. Like that time Angel Reese boldly stated that people don't watch basketball just for Caitlin Clark. Moments like these add layers to their rivalry, making it one of the most compelling storylines in sports today.
I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too. And I want
Angel Reese has always been the outspoken one in this rivalry, often sharing her thoughts candidly on her podcast. In contrast, Caitlin Clark has taken a more reserved approach, staying silent, respectful, and laid back, letting her performance on the court speak for itself.
Every chance she gotta speak about Caitlin in some shape, form, or fashion. Angel gotta use Caitlin's name for clicks. She gotta use Caitlin's name to get paid at some points, and whatever it may be, Angel cannot go without.
But here's where it gets interesting. Caitlin Clark just dropped a bombshell that's set to change everything you thought you knew. In her Time magazine interview, Clark didn't hold back. She spoke openly and directly, offering a perspective that might just reshape the entire narrative around her rivalry with Angel Reese.
We're not best friends by any means, but we're very respectful for one another.
It's not the bitter rivalry you've been led to believe. Now, you might be thinking, but I've seen them battle it out on the court. And you're right, they do. But according to Caitlin Clark, that's just the competitive nature of sports. It doesn't mean there's animosity off the court. In fact, Clark believes the media has it all wrong. Here's where things get really interesting. Clark pointed out something we've all overlooked. She asked a question that's been staring us in the face this whole time, one that could completely shift how we view this so-called rivalry.
Yes, we have had tremendous battles, but when have I ever guarded her? And when has she guarded me? She downplays Reese's gesture. I didn't think it was taunting, says Clark. It really didn't bother me. It's just like, why don't you talk about them winning or the incredible run that we went on that nobody would have thought we would have ever gone on? The only thing people cared about was this controversy that was really fabricated and made up, and then that has continued to be the case ever since Caitlin Clark broke her silence.
Mind-blowing, right? These two superstars rarely even match up directly during games, so why all the hype about their rivalry? Clark didn't stop there. She called out the entire controversy as fabricated and overblown. According to her, it's a narrative created more by media speculation than actual events on the
This narrative that their rivals was created by the media and race-bait content.
Can you believe it? All this drama we've been consuming, and Caitlin Clark is saying it's not even real. She wants us to focus on their achievements rather than any made-up beef between her and Angel Reese. According to Clark, that's not what defines their rivalry. It's their incredible performances on the court.
I believe Caitlin and Angel don't have an issue whatsoever with each other. It's just being competitors. When they go out there on that basketball court, both of them is enemy number one in both of each other's eyes. It's just the competitive nature of it.
So, what's the real story here? Caitlin Clark is painting a picture of two fierce competitors who have respect for each other's game. They're not best friends, but they're not enemies either, just good old-fashioned sports rivals. The narrative has been blown way out of proportion by headlines and hype, but this isn't the end of the story. Caitlin Clark still has more to say about what's really happening in the WNBA, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. She wasn't done. Clark dropped the truth bomb about that push incident, and it's going to completely change your perspective on the whole thing. It's not what you're expecting.
Sent shockwaves throughout this nation. Everybody was like, damn, did she really just do that on national television?
When Chennedy Carter pushed Caitlin Clark during that game, everyone thought it was going to be World War II on the court. The tension and anticipation were palpable, making it seem like a dramatic, heated moment.
A foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter.
But Clark's reaction is going to blow your mind. She never saw it as being targeted. Can you believe that? In a sport where every little shove gets analyzed to death, Clark is taking the high road. She opened up about the raw emotions in professional sports, stating that these moments are part of the game and not personal attacks. Clark's perspective challenges the narrative we've been fed, reminding us that sometimes it's not all about drama, it's about the sport itself.
She stated, I never thought I was being targeted, says Caitlin. Obviously, that shouldn't ever have happened within a game, but basketball is physical. Your emotions can get the best of you. My emotions have gotten the best of me.
She even admitted that it's happened to her too. But Caitlin Clark losing her cool, it just goes to show that even the best players can get caught up in the heat of the moment. Victoria Vivians, an old NBA player, has been through similar experiences. So why doesn't Clark believe in targeting in the WNBA? It's all about her understanding of the game. Clark has seen it all, and she knows that most of the time it's not personal. It's just basketball, high stakes, intense competition, and a whole lot of passion. That's the recipe for some heated moments. But here's where Clark really surprised everyone. She called out the people creating these wild narratives about the push. According to her, it's not as dramatic as it's been made out to be. Clark wants us to focus on the real story, two fierce competitors who respect each other's game, not manufactured drama.
Victoria Vivians.
Ouch. Caitlin Clark isn't pulling any punches when it comes to defending the sport she loves. The big lesson she wants new fans to learn is straightforward. Don't judge the game or a player based solely on a single heated moment. She wants fans to watch the full game, understand the context, and truly appreciate the skill and passion that these athletes bring to the court every single day.
A lot of people that wanted to have an opinion on what was happening probably didn't even watch half of the game that they was trying to have take on and hadn't supported the W for a really long time, saying Caitlin Clark.
All these people creating different narratives, making statements like she was targeted. Caitlin saying, these are pretty much new fans. A lot of these people don't watch the game, never see the game. It's clear y'all ain't been around here, bro. I don't know what y'all are talking about. None of this stuff y'all are saying is happening. I went out there and played. Everyone playing sports knows emotions can get the best of you, and that was the case. That's pretty much what Caitlin said. You know what? Clark's attitude toward on-court incidents is seriously impressive. She's not about drama or revenge. She's all about the game, the competition, and pushing herself to be better. It's a level of professionalism that's going to make you see the WNBA in a whole new light. But wait, there's another twist that's sure to drop some jaws. Clark isn't done sharing her thoughts on WNBA rivalries. What she reveals next about the Angel Reese rivalry might just change everything. Remember when everyone thought Angel Reese was cheering after Clark got pushed? Clark's got something to say about that moment, and it's going to make you rethink everything. Even in the heat of the moment, Clark is taking the high road.
All these people that's, making these different narratives, all these people that's saying, like she was being targeted. Caitlin saying, you know what, these are pretty much new fans. A lot of these people don't watch the game, never seen the game. Pretty much, y'all knew. Y'all ain't never been around here, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about. But none of this stuff that y'all saying is happening. I went out there and played. A lot of people play sports and their emotions get the best of them. And that was the case. That's pretty much what time. She says she did not see Reese cheering for them on the bench. I don't even know if she really knew what happened, says Clark. Honestly, I don't think she was cheering because somebody hit me. I really don't think that would be the case. I hope not.
Chennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
I didn't think it was taunting, says Clark. It really didn't bother me. It's just like, why don't you talk about them winning or the incredible run that we went on that nobody would have thought we would have ever gone on? The only thing people cared about was this controversy that was really fabricated and made up, and then that